Hey everyone, Fabian, Empire Build Academy, jumping into Evony again. This is on my main account, my K39, and I'm now getting to the stage where I need to grab every little bit of percentages that I can. I'm at that stage now where I can't really improve anything massively, so all the little bits that I can do are now going to be very, very important. Now let's go straight over to the game. If you've seen a previous video, I did actually on my sub-general gear make a mistake when creating the individual pieces. Going to show you very quickly what I'm talking about. Going to my generals, going to my subordinates, generals. This is my gear. It's all Parthian, which is okay. It's not a problem. Coming with that enemy troop attack minus 18% for the full set, 6 out of 6. But the mistake that I made is I didn't actually put the right equipment on each one. There's actually a choice of 2 that you can take for the Parthian. Well, the Achaemenidae before you upgrade it to the Parthian. And the mistake I made was quite simply, there were some of these. If I show you this one as an example, you can see I've got enemy mounted troop defense on this, minus 42%. If I go across to another one, you can see actually it's now enemy siege machine attack, 42%, enemy mounted troop defense, 42%. In an ideal world, I would change all of these and get them correct. But then, when I was looking into it, I was under the impression, and thankfully someone did point it out to me, that upgrading to Apollo was going to cost me 50 of the forged certificate badges. Then someone pointed out to me, actually doesn't cost 50, and that's the mistake that I made. So if I go into equipment upgrade, we will use this one as an example, go right to the end. And this is the Apollo ring here. You can see actually you do need as well shrine level 36. I haven't upgraded my shrine for a very long time, so that is something that I'm going to also have to do in preparation. But this is the bit here. 25 is actually all that's needed. And then also you do need these speciality fragment battle tested fragments as well, which I've got plenty of. I haven't used them for a very long time, so that's not going to be an issue. So what that means is I can create a full set of the Apollo, which is going to give me enemy troop attack minus 20%. But you can see on here as well, that enemy range troop attack on here is going to increase to 56% instead of 48, which is what it is currently under the Parthian. So I was in the process of thinking that I was going to change all of my equipment back, but when you realize that in order for me to do that, I'd be having to use 50 of these for each piece of equipment to recraft, absolutely does not make sense. That really is a dumb idea. I did mention it on a previous one that that's what I was thinking of doing, but I've just got to accept I've made that mistake and I can't really get around doing that, and it would make more sense to potentially upgrade all of these ones here. It's going to cost me 150 per set to upgrade to the Apollo, which means currently I have 507 of those Forge Master certificates, which then means I can do 3 sets at 150 a pop. That means 3 different sets are all going to be the full Apollo set, and I just think that makes more sense than trying to rechange all of the different ones. I don't know if that's what you would think out there. Please do let me know if you think that that is a mistake. I think that's the best way to go. So going back over to my sub-generals, like I say, I'm trying to, as I mentioned on this, I'm trying to grab every single bit of percentage, and if I have to create a new set of equipment because that's going to be more beneficial, then that's what I want to do. I've done everything that I think I can in terms of the account. It's now getting those little tiny percentages to increase. So again, let me show you this one. This is the Parthian all the way down. It should really have 2 lots of debuffing going on each one, so this one is wrong. Go on to this one here. Again, you can see that that is most likely wrong. Majestian Parthian boots really should have been this one. Dominant Parthian boots, not the Majestic. And you can see as well, the one concern for me is 42% on siege machine attack. Obviously, it does seem pretty decent to have that 42%, and this is where there's a little grey area. Enemy siege attack 42%, correct. That's what it should be on all of them. Whereas if I go back to that previous one, I'm getting enemy siege attack 42%, but I didn't get the additional mounted troop attack as well. So sort of protecting myself against 2 different forms of attack there, the siege machine attack and the enemy mounted troop attack. Question is, should I upgrade everything to Apollo, accept what I've got and do that, or do I go ahead and use the 50 Forge Master certificates for each piece of equipment that I've got wrong and do that? Because I don't know. I'm going to actually do this on the video right now. What I'm thinking, let me remove, I just want to know if I get everything back, because obviously you can break these pieces of equipment down, can't you? So I genuinely don't know what this is going to do. So let's go and have a look at this piece of equipment that I've just taken off. Because if it gives me the Forge Master certificates back, told you I had plenty of these, I really do. Forge Master certificates back, then maybe actually that is the correct answer. I didn't think of that. I've only literally just thought about it while on the video. So I've already got a piece of Ares equipment here, which is something I can actually test this on. So I'm going to click disassemble, see what's given back to me. It was just the materials, but that isn't a guarantee that that was the case. Which one was it I took off? It was the boots, wasn't it? Fearless Ares, Fearless Ares. I want to find Parthian one. Although I don't really want to upgrade, take it off, and then find out actually that it was worth keeping. So I just want to see if I've got anything Parthian in here that I could also take off. We've got the Ares, we've got the Dominant. Was it this one here? It was this one here. Dominant Parthian. I don't really want to disassemble it without knowing what they're going to give me back. So this is another question back to you. If I was to do this and disassemble this, is it only going to give me the materials back, or will it give me the Forge Master certificates back? Because if it does, then that would make more sense for me to take off all of those things, redo them that way. But obviously, I wouldn't do it now. And the reason I won't do it now, and this is why I'm doing the video today in preparation, is because the valuable event hasn't got the crafting one in here on the go. So it's very likely that this weekend that crafting event might pop up, and it makes more sense to do it then so that I get all the additional rewards. I always say everything should be done on the relevant event. So that's what I'm going to do on there. And yeah, that's the question. That's the question from this particular video. What do I get back if I disassemble all of my Parthian equipment that is wrong? Second question, if I can't do that, the next question would be, do I upgrade a full set of my sub-general gear using the 150 Forge Master certificates to take them to Apollo? Or will it be more beneficial to go the other way and correct all the ones that I've done wrong using 50 Forge Master certificates for each individual piece of equipment I've got wrong? That's the maths that I need someone to do. That's the advice I need someone to let me know on this particular video. So please do let me know in the comments. The other thing that I've also noticed I haven't done, what a surprise, another thing, is skill books. And this is in here. I only noticed it. It's probably been, I don't even know how long it's been around. It's probably been around for months, maybe even years. Who knows? What I didn't notice was there is actually duty skill books that you can get. And these look like they are all for attacking, because I didn't notice anything from a defensive perspective. So it's in rally and attacking. That was attacking siege machine HP. So I'm assuming, again, please do correct me if I'm wrong, that these can all be attached to my relevant duty generals that I've got. And if I went into my duty generals, you would notice none of them have any of the skill books attached. So that's plenty more that I can also do. But obviously this is just going to benefit from an attacking side. I haven't seen anything defense, so I'm assuming that is the case. Again, if I increase his mounted troop defense by 2%, that doesn't say attacking. There we go. What have you done on your skill books, on your duty generals? And again, increases mounted troop defense by 2% when general is the warehouse officer. Will that count towards my defense percentages when defending against attacks? There we go. So I've got a few questions. I'll re-mention them all again. The first one is on the equipment. If I break down my subordinate city general equipment, that is done wrong. So again, if I use this as an example, this one is wrong. There is more debuffs that I can get if I did the right one. If I break that down and disassemble it, do I get the Forge Master certificates back? Question 1. Question 2, if I don't, which is more beneficial? To redo that piece of equipment there, that Majestic Parthian boots, which is going to cost me 50 Forge Master certificates, so that I can get the correct one, which incidentally, just have a look, is this one. That one is the right one, enemy siege machine attack, enemy mounted troop attack. Is it more beneficial to do that, each of the ones that I've done wrong, or ignore it and just upgrade all of these to Apollo and just accept whatever they are? It's going to cost me 150 to do the whole set, whereas if I was doing the individual pieces of equipment that I've done wrong, that is 50 Forge Master certificates per piece. So hopefully someone is also going to answer that. The next question is on the skill books and whether or not on the skill books and the duty generals, does this count towards my percentages on my defense against attacks? And what have you actually got them attached to? Are you using all of them as an attacking percentage, which would make more sense? Percentage buffs for defense is not all that great, especially when I've got all T1. So it's probably going to be more benefit for me to add in these to my duty generals and getting those attacking percentages. That is where I'm going to leave. I'm going to leave it quite simply there. Again, I'm going to be breaking more down this week and next week on the finer details of my account. If there's anything you've also noticed that I'm doing wrong, please do let me know. I'm ready to jump back into Battlefield. Haven't done it for a while. Tried to do it the other day, tried to stream it. I don't know if anyone watched. That went terribly wrong because I was trying to do it via mobile. But I am still going to get involved in them, and I am going to be participating a lot more in server versus server in Battlefield. So any advice anyone can give me on these finer details, definitely going to help out my account. That is where I'm going to leave it for this particular video. Do let me know in the comments what your thoughts are, and I'll see you in another video very soon. Thanks for watching.